You're listening to The Bird Bath. This episode of The Bird Bath is brought to you by Ignite Veterinary Solutions, creators of the Veterinary Receptionist Certificate of Excellence, the VRCE. CSR Week is in April. Celebrate your front desk if you want, but if you're serious about performance, elevate it. With more than 1,000 graduates and thousands more enrolled, VRCE is becoming the standard across veterinary medicine. Graduates report greater confidence booking appointments, 82% report higher confidence in financial conversations, and 80% remain in their role, representing a 50% reduction in front desk turnover. More appointments, stronger financial conversations, and greater stability. Your front desk drives your revenue. Train it like it matters. This isn't just feel-good training, it's economic performance. Join the movement. Visit vrce.vet and use the coupon code BIRDBATH25 for a special offer for VRCE General Practice, VRCE Special and Emergency, and now VRCE in Espanol. Welcome back to the Bird Bath. Each week we scrape the surface of the news you need to know, so let's get into it. The FDA has approved Merck's newest drug, NUMELVI, which is a first and only second-generation JAK inhibitor approved for allergic dermatitis in dogs over 6 months old. It's a once-daily oral tablet, and it was shown to be 10 times more selective for JAK1 versus other JAK targets. They're expecting it to be ready and available across veterinary clinics this spring, and it's a busy space, right? We know some of these big names in it. You've got Zoetis' Apoquel, you've got Elanco's Zenrelia, and it's just this big third player coming to this space. Now, one of the things that I found interesting as I was reading a little bit more about this and digging into some of the people in Europe that have been using it for a while is the big difference that some people brought out about what it was doing versus Zenrelia was that you do not have a change in the vaccine or the vaccination period. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, flag me down here, but some of the things I was reading was that there are sort of windows where you have to make sure you haven't done a vaccine before or after starting some of the other drugs. So something interesting to see here. And as someone who, I guess Rosie has gotten itchy recently, has been looking more at some of the different antihistamines as well as JAK inhibitors. This was one that was definitely an interesting story for me personally and for Rosie. Now moving from the drugs on to the PE firms. People love talking about the PE firms, and you know I'm one of them. But a new report from Axios Pro showed that PE firms that went on a pandemic buying spree are now struggling to find exits. They cited a couple different companies here, and they said that the deal multiples that were in the upper teens to the 20s have kind of caused some trouble as people are looking to sell off these large corporate groups. They noted that Encore Vet Group, which has 63 locations and a reported $52 million of EBITDA, was working with Harris Williams to find a new buyer. CareVet, with over 200 practices and about $50 million of EBITDA, has also brought in a group to help them recapitalize and trade hands with this group here. Additionally, Blue River Pet Care, which was reported in 2024 to have about $100 million of adjusted EBITDA, had engaged with Leerbrink Partners to advise them and formally launched a sale process. The thing is that the bids came in below where they were wanting to, and so they're still looking to try and hit the 17 to 19 times EBITDA multiple. But at that point, if $100 million is your EBITDA, you're looking at multiple billions of dollars, $1.7 to $1.9 billion for a practice group. And that's a big number for a lot of people to be able to struggle with now. We have seen the numbers of vet visits softening, and the interest rates are squeezing out some of the variable rate debt. Meanwhile, Thrive Pet Care got a lifeline last year of about $350 million of liquidity to extend the maturity on their $1.7 billion of existing debt. It had been a tough time for them, and they're in a spot here where we're hoping to see some turnarounds about a year after they saw this new money here. The report from Axios, which was great, and thank you to Axios and the author there for providing the paper to me. But they said the hangover from the buying spree is real. In the article, Fritz Berger from William Blair, which is a large investment bank, said it's sort of hard to quantify when talking about the valuation gap. He said, we don't really have a robust set of completed transactions in the past 2 to 3 years to sort of say if that valuation gap is the case. And a PE firm that was advising Blue River said that we haven't really gotten to the point where we've been ready to pull the trigger. So lots of big things happening. This is more sort of just that broad overview. And it's something just to keep in mind as we're looking at the microeconomics of the business, how much an individual pill is selling for and what the inventory is like. The macro side of things, where the entire funding and the money is rolling from, is definitely something that people are keeping their eyes on and something that's going to have some long-term effects for all of us. InnoCan Pharma has gotten its third consecutive FDA fee waiver for CBD injections. Liposomal CBD subcutaneous injections. That's a lot of letters for 3 words. These injections for chronic pain management in dogs have received that fee waiver. The clinical trials that they ran showed 100% of dogs had improved functions versus 25% of dogs utilizing the placebo. This is the 3rd consecutive year the FDA has waived their sponsor fee. And what that means is that the FDA has noted that there's enough of a innovation need or opportunity for innovation that they don't want to place those barriers of the expenses of FDA approval to slow that growth of this new drug or new utilization of drugs. Dr. Antonio Benes, who's InnoCan's animal health advisor, said the veterinary market is open to new drug technologies that can address the limitation of current pain medications and offer a new alternative therapy. So big things are happening here. We've seen a lot of stuff. I feel like CBD was a hot topic for a while, as we've seen more places sort of open up the floodgates for different CBD, cannabis, THC, and alternative medicines in the market. We've sort of heard less, surprisingly, I feel like, about some of the CBD makers in the space. But InnoCan has now gotten that 3rd year for their subcutaneous injection for chronic pain management. So big things there. Really cool to see this continuing to grow and see what some of the other companies in the space have as well. PetSmart, which if you are on TikTok or any social media, you may have seen the really funny scream songs that someone has put out about PetSmart, asking if it's PetSmart or PetSmart. It's a hilarious video. I'm going to link some of them. PetSmart's gotten into a little bit of the fun here with their social media team bouncing back and telling us that the little bouncing ball is not an apostrophe, which I always thought it was, but, chime in, let us know, what is the name of the company, PetSmart versus PetSmart. It makes me want to scream sometimes thinking about it. But PetSmart, I'll just say it really fast. PetSmart and Healthy Paws have expanded their insurance partnership. Healthy Paws comes with mobile claims with rapid reimbursement. It also is partnered with AirVet's 24/7 virtual veterinary support, as well as giving coverage and then what they say is empathetic customer first support. It's a big partnership here. It's one of those ones that makes a ton of sense as we're seeing PetSmart sort of reinvent some of the ways that they're trying to bring people in the stores and into the clinics in the stores. It makes sense to bring some of this barrier to expense that some people are feeling and bring it down, and maybe hope that a discount on some of that insurance policy might be a way to get more people in the door of their veterinary clinics. Finally, a little bit of love for Petco, competitor to PetSmart. The organization marked their significant 4 millionth milestone at a free pet vaccine clinic in February with their partners, the Jacksonville Humane Society. There were nearly 500 pets vaccinated, and they felt like it was a great opportunity here to highlight some of the things. The Florida couple, Robin and Clint, were the ones that brought 3 of their cats to the free clinic, where Ojaris was named the 4 millionth free vaccine recipient. It was a big opportunity here. They've done these 4 million vaccines under the Vaccinated and Loved program since 2021. So a ton of impact that they've made over the last 5 years, not even 5 years. Dr. Angela Silva, who's the chief veterinarian at Petco and a board member for Petco Love, said, vaccinations play a clinical role in helping keep our beloved pets healthy and happy. With each and every vaccine we administer for free through our Vaccinated and Loved campaign, we're enabling more smiles and special memories for pet families nationwide while showing the power of community. So congratulations to everyone at Petco Love for really making an impact. 4 million pets is a huge number, and it's awesome to see the opportunity for some of these large companies to continue to give back to the space. Now, one final one, if you are looking to grow in the animal health world, the KC Animal Health Corridor is currently accepting emerging company applications for the 2026 Animal Health Summit. The KC Animal Health Summit is one of those events that I absolutely love. I go to every year. It's August 31st and September 1st this year, and selected applicants have until April 1st to get these applications in. If you're a new emerging company, now is the time to make sure that you can get in. You should be looking to seek between $500,000 and $20 million in funding or strategic partnership, and on target to reach $20 million of revenue within 5 to 7 years. Some of the companies that have won before are incredible. You've got Snortox, Genesis, and Axton Biosciences. Axton Biosciences was the winner in 2023, and they have been on an absolute boom over these past couple of years. Again, the application deadline is April 1st, and applicants will be notified of the results by June 19th. So check the link in the show notes to apply if you're an emerging company looking to break through. For more on these and other stories, join us by subscribing to our Substack. There's a link in the bio, and don't miss out on any episodes by subscribing and rating the show. For the Bird Bath, I'm Ryan Leach. See you next week.